We're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel for day 3 of the MLB season here on Saturday, March 29th, where we picked out our 5 best bets for today. 1 NRFI, as we are now 2-0 with those, 1 player prop, a Washington Nationals best bet, and then 2 other moneyline predictions as well for, again, our 3rd day of MLB Best Bets. Before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Later today, we will have our best bets for the 2 Elite 8 games today in the world of college basketball, and also our daily NBA predictions will be on the channel today as well. Also, UFC Mexico's tonight. Brandon Moreno, Steve Erceg in the main event. Make sure to go check out that video over on Greedo Plays MMA. That is linked in the description down below. And also make sure to go subscribe to Greedo Plays as well. Greedo Plays MMA and, well, Greedo Plays too. All right, let's get on to the first of our 5 best bets today in the world of the MLB, and we start things off in St. Louis, Missouri, between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Minnesota Twins. I'm taking the Minnesota Twins. Now, neither of these teams played yesterday. Obviously, they played their opening day matchup on Thursday, which was won by the St. Louis Cardinals 5-3. It was a game where Sonny Gray took the mound for the Cards. No doubt their best pitcher. Tonight, though, for St. Louis, they will be sending out Eric Fedde. Big free agency pickup for them. Now, I don't know how good Fedde's going to be, all right? Fedde had a great year last year in his return to the MLB, or big trade pickup, last year. He had a great year in his return to the MLB last year with the Chicago White Sox, right? Former Nationals pitcher. He was on the World Series 40-man roster for the Nats. He wasn't very good. He goes to Japan, becomes a lot better, goes to Chicago, posts a really good line for them last year, gets traded to the Cardinals halfway through the season, plays pretty well for the Cards as well. So again, a trade deadline pickup last year for St. Louis. I don't know how he's going to be, though, in his second year back. I mean, was last year a fluke? I don't know. We'll see. Now, I'm not going to completely pin this game on, I think Fedde's going to get rocked, but I do like Minnesota's team as a whole. Now, they only scored 3 runs against St. Louis in their first matchup, right? The Cardinals winning that game 5-3. But as a whole, I think when the Twins are healthy, they are really solid. I really think so. And right now, obviously, beginning of the season, they are fairly healthy. Now, they had a game, that opening day game, Carlos Correa and Byron Buxton go a combined 0 for 8. That's just not going to happen every single night, right? Those 2 guys who are elite hitters for this team are not going to continue to play that poorly. I don't know how I feel about the Ty France pickup, and he's batting, I think, 6th or 7th for this team at first base. You got Harrison Bader in the lineup now. I like Willie Castro, the switch-hitting second baseman in the middle of the lineup. But when you have Correa, Buxton, hell, even Wallner, who's the leadoff man in their lineup, when your first 3 guys in your batting order are going 0 for 12 combined, yeah, you're not going to win a game against the Cardinals, who I don't really see the long-term outlook for this team. I think they're old. We all know they're old, and I don't see much going on with this squad. I'm not sold on their young guys, I'm going to be honest. I remember when the Juan Soto trade was happening, I was really, I want Jordan Walker, I want Mason Wynn. They're good baseball players. Are they anything that's going to lead the Cardinals? This is going to sound crazy. Do I like the Cardinals young core or the Sacramento A's young core better? I like the A's young core better, right? It's just not a core I'm sold on just yet. Of course, you still got Nolan Arenado. Goldschmidt, right, is now a New York Yankee, but Arenado went 2 for 4 in their first game, right, hit a home run. I think the Twins are the better baseball team, and I like the matchup for them on the mound too. I don't mind Joe Ryan. Ryan, didn't have a bad year last year. I would think he's very comparable with Fedde, right? Fedde had a good year last year as well, but I think the Twins are okay in this spot. I think the big thing to look at for this game as well, I just don't expect Wallner, Correa, and Buxton to get shut out again. That's a rarity. That's not going to happen. And Sonny Gray as well is a big addition, is a big part of why the Twins had so many troubles in that game, right? St. Louis got out to a 4-0 lead. Harrison Bader hit a 2-run shot. Willie Castro with an RBI double to get them down 3-4, and then St. Louis kind of just coasted from there. Ryan Helsley, who is one of the better closers in all of the game, picked up the save for St. Louis. I just don't think the Twins play that poor of a baseball game again. Lopez went 5 innings, gave 8 hits in that first matchup. It is what it is. I don't expect Joe Ryan to have that bad of a day, though. And I think the Cardinals, I think they're decent, but the Twins are the better team. I'm not even trying to tell you the Twins are going to win the AL Central. Personally, I still believe that's going to be the Cleveland Guardians. I know, again, we're 1-2 games into the season. Cleveland is 1-0, just saying. And the White Sox are 1-0 too. But I'm going to take the Twins in this matchup, and I think we get good value for it. They're slight favorites in this game, -120. I think they get their get back in the second game of this 3-game set. We're going to take Twins -120 here on the road. In St. Louis. We're taking Twins money line here against the St. Louis Cardinals. We go on to our second best bet of the video, and we move to our daily Washington Nationals best bet. We're going Nationals team total over 3.5 runs. Okay, minus 125. I'm seeing like minus one on FanDuel. I saw minus 126, so I just rounded down $1. Minus 125 for the Nats. For over 3.5 runs. They have to score 4. All right, they scored 3 runs in that first matchup with the Phillies, and that's against Zach Wheeler. And this was a Nationals team in that game that could not get anything going offensively. Keibert Ruiz hit a home run. And by the way, if you're wondering why there's a daily Washington Nationals best bet, I've watched every Washington Nationals game for the last 8 years. So it's just, this is my favorite team. That's what I do. I watch this team every single day. And it does pain me sometimes, I'm not going to lie. Regardless, they struggle that entire game. And sure, Mackenzie Gore, and it aggravates me with the Nationals, right? Mackenzie Gore goes 6 innings. The guy posts 13 strikeouts, which breaks Max Scherzer's record for most opening day strikeouts from a pitcher in Washington Nationals history, and I believe Expos history too. 1 hit, 1 ball left the infield, and the Nats still lose. I mean, in all fairness, they only got Gore 1 run of support. It was Keibert Ruiz's home run. And guys, Ruiz, has he arrived? I don't know. I mean, if you watched that Nationals game, you would have seen Ruiz went 2 for 2 to start. And then in his third at-bat, he decided to swing at a pitch that hit him in the knee. What? I don't think the Nationals offense, and okay, it wasn't very good in that game against Wheeler. I think it's going to get better against Luzardo. I really think so. Guys, C.J. Abrams hits lefties very well. He arguably hits lefties better than he does righties. James Wood, I don't think it really matters what handedness of the pitcher is coming out there for him. Dylan Cruz better be batting second today. I don't know what we're doing. I get it, he wasn't the best last season, but Dylan Cruz, guys, in spring training, never batted underneath the 3-hole. So why is he batting 8th in the first game of the season? I get it, he went 0 for 3 and a walk, but it doesn't make sense. He should be batting second. I love the respect to Luis Garcia, but knowing how Davey Martinez runs things, he'll have Garcia batting 8 tomorrow, and he'll probably have Cruz batting second, which Cruz second, fine. Garcia should be batting in the 6. Paul DeJong, or honestly, no, he should be batting in the 4. I don't care. Paul DeJong's be batting 5th or 6th tomorrow, man. Guys, Paul DeJong, I want him off my baseball team. I'm not joking. I know it's 1 game. Guys, the free agency pickups, or the offseason pickups the Nationals put in their order: Josh Bell, Nathaniel Lau, Paul DeJong. They go combined 1 for 12, Lau with a bloop double. It was big at the time. But DeJong struck out all 4 at-bats. Why is he on this team? Guys, Trey Lipscomb would have put the ball in play. That's all I'm saying. I know Trey Lipscomb's not the best, but with Trey Lipscomb, you get a Gold Glove caliber fielder, and then a guy who's gonna bat like 200, but he'll put the ball in play. Okay, he's way better than DeJong. I don't care. Get Paul DeJong off my baseball team. I hope I'm wrong. I hope DeJong hits a home run today. The reason we're going Nationals over 3.5, Luzardo on the mound, his first start as a Philadelphia Philly, and I don't feel like picking Nats money line again because don't get me started on that bullpen. Colin Poche, Jose A. Ferrer, Lucas Sims. I mean, guys, Kyle Finnegan loaded up the bases, and he was the only one who got out of an inning unscathed. Finnegan walked him loaded, but still got out of the jam. 23 pitches. I mean, it is what it is. I think the matchup's going to be a lot easier tonight on the Nationals with Luzardo on the mound. They're only like a plus 120 dog, which is a little surprising. Jake Irvin goes on the mound tonight, and this is another reason why we're not taking Nationals money line. Jake Irvin did not look good in the spring. His velo is way down in spring training, and I'm very concerned that he has an injury, and he's going to be like Josiah Gray last year, where he pitches 2 games and he's done for the season. I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned because I do not want to watch Shinosuke Agoswara pitch every 5th day for my baseball team. But that might happen if Jake Irvin gets injured because DJ Hurts is out for the season as well. I hope his velo is fine, but it was really down in the spring. That's why I'm a little concerned about him today. I think the Nats bats have to get going. I refuse to believe Bell's going to go 0 for 4 again. I think Bell's going to find his power a little bit. Nathaniel Lau, we'll see, right? I mean, I know he's not the biggest power guy, but does hit for about 260 average. I would assume Lau's going to get it going, and sure, he did have a hit last game. Paul DeJong, I have no words. Dylan Cruz, right? Bats way better against lefties. I think the Nats are going to be fine. I think they probably win this game, but I wouldn't feel too great about it because I just don't know what Irvin's going to be. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Irvin was almost probably should have been an all-star last season. I know, yeah, Nationals should have 3 all-stars last year. I'm serious. We'll see. I think the Nats can score over 3.5 runs. They scored 3 in their first game against the Phils. We're only asking for 1 more, and I think we should be able to get it. Guys, In their last game, CJ Abrams went 0-5. James Wood went 0-3, Dylan Cruz went 0-3, and Josh Bell went 0-4. And they still almost had a chance to beat the Phillies, okay? And given that's because Mackenzie Gore went 6 innings, 13 strikeouts, 1 hit. Yeah, it's going to be a long season for the Nationals. That's all I'm going to say. But I think we can get this one today. I actually think we can. Hey, we're not even betting on the win, though. Nationals team over 3.5. I think they get it. Minus 125. Let's go. We'll talk about it tomorrow because we talk about the Nats every single day. Okay, best player prop of the day. Justin Verlander over 4.5 strikeouts. Might be kind of an interesting one. I get it. Yesterday we hit on our player props, so now we're 1-1 on player props. Shout out to the Arizona Diamondbacks not striking out against Jameson Taillon. Let's go. Only 1 strikeout for Taillon. That's what I said. Hey, D-backs gonna put the ball in play. Okay, today we're going JV, Justin Verlander, who is 41 years old, over 4.5 strikeouts. Okay, so you look at the first game the Giants and Reds played. They had yesterday off like the Nationals and Phillies did. They play today, their second game of the season. Okay. Logan Webb, who arguably is better than Justin Verlander, went 5 innings, 78 pitches, 5 strikeouts. I don't know how long JV is going to stay in the game. I'd hope we get 6 innings out of Justin Verlander. But you look at what Justin Verlander's done in his last 10 starts in 2024. 5 strikeouts in his last start against the Guardians, 4 before that against the Angels, 2-0, 3-3, 6-3, 4-9. I get it. In his last 10 starts, I think only 4 of them he's gone over 5 strikeouts. I do think the Giants are going to let him go deeper into games. I think JV, even at this age, is going to shock some people this year. I think he's better than you will expect him to be. I understand he's 42, not 41 years of age. But I do think Verlander is going to find a way to get 5 strikeouts. Logan Webb found 5 strikeouts in just 5 innings and on 78 pitches. I expect Verlander to go a little bit deeper in this game than Webb did. And at the same time, I do think he's going to be able to find his way towards strikeouts, right? I mean, the Reds did get Webb for 3 runs in those 5 innings. Again, I'm expecting a 6-inning outing tonight out of JV. And there's guys in this Reds team. I mean, hell, even when we talk about their elite bats, I mean, we talk about how great Elly De La Cruz is. All right, Elly De La Cruz is so, I mean, again, tremendous talent, could potentially even win the MVP this season. There's so many swings and misses, and he has a huge strikeout rate. There's a lot of guys in this team that are going to strike out. Matt McClain, really good hitter, struck out twice in that initial game on Thursday against the Giants. There are good players in this team, but they are going to strike out. Jeimer Candelario struck out. Guys, Spencer Steer in his first 3 at-bats struck out in every single one of them against San Francisco on Thursday. There are a lot of guys who are just going to whiff on pitches. Hey, hell, Jake Fraley is a guy who will strike out. He went 0-4 in their last game, didn't strike out once, but he's another guy who has a lot of whiff potential. And especially with a crafty veteran on the mound, I think Justin Verlander is going to find his way to multiple strikeouts in this game. On top of that, we want to talk about the long-term outlook for JV. Guys, this isn't a 1-year thing for Justin Verlander. I believe Justin Verlander is going to play 1 more year after this. He can still get to 300 wins, and if he posts somewhat of a decent season this year, he will try to chase that 300 next year. So if you want to think this is just a payday and right off into the sunset for JV here in San Francisco, I really don't think it is. I think, again, his career will probably end in San Francisco because I don't think he'll be able to go back to Houston or Detroit. Maybe he goes somewhere else next year, but I'd expect him to stay in San Francisco. It's a pitcher-friendly park, and I understand this game in Cincinnati, but still, long-term outlook for Verlander. He's in a pitcher-friendly park. He's playing in San Francisco. Ball doesn't really fly there, and he can still chase those wins for a team in San Francisco that, really no playoff outlook coming up. I mean, yeah, they're going to try to compete, but no one expects the Giants to be even top 3 in their own division this year. We all expect the Dodgers, Padres, and Diamondbacks to be better than them. So I think Verlander is going to be sticking around for a while, so I don't think he's just, phoning it in at this point. And I think 5 strikeouts tonight is more than achievable for Verlander. Again, if you want to look at his last start against the Guardians in September of last year, did post 5 strikeouts. Again, JV's able to go deep in games. I think, we can get a good at least 6 innings out of Verlander, and the Reds have huge swing and miss potential. So I'm going to take the over here on Justin Verlander's strikeouts. We're going over 4.5 for minus 125. Looking to start off 2-1 here with player props here in the 2025 MLB season. We go on to our next game, and we go to the NRFI of the day. We are 2-0 with NRFI so far this season. Day 1, Angels, White Sox with Yusei Kikuchi and Sean Burke. Yesterday, Dodgers and Tigers with Jack Flaherty and Yamamoto. We're going to go with another one here. Obviously, we're doing this every single day. And today's is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays and the Colorado Rockies. Okay, this is more than achievable. I know the pitchers on the mound are Antonio Senzatella and Zach Lytle. I understand that. But I don't trust I don't trust the top of the lineup for either of these two teams. I really don't. Ezequiel Tovar is a very good baseball player. Ryan McMahon, yes. I don't see them putting runs on the board in the first inning. I just don't, okay? What the Rays have got going, I mean, Meade, Yandy Diaz, Brandon Caminero. Yeah, Caminero's got pop, but I don't see, I'll be honest, I think if we lose this, which I'm hoping we don't, it's going to be because of, multiple hits in one inning. I don't think we're going to get stung here just on a big home run. Watching them play in that stadium yesterday, what is it called again? I forget the entire name of the Tampa Bay Stadium. Ball doesn't really fly there. I know it ended in a walk-off home run. I forget who hit a shot in the corner. It was when the Rays had their 2 runs in the 7th. I forget who it was. Was it Caballero? It might have been Caballero. When he hit one deep into right field, and off the bat it looked like it was going, or was it DeLuca? It might have been DeLuca or Caballero. I'm not entirely sure. It was one of the 2 guys in that big, rattly inning in the 7th that got the Rays back in that game yesterday against Colorado. I'm just looking at that ball, deep fly into right field. I thought it was out off the bat, and the balls just aren't really flying out there. I don't know. Again, I know there were multiple home runs in this game with the walk-off shot to win Tampa Bay the game with Misner. But I don't really expect that to get us in the first inning. Ryan McMahon started his year 3 for 3. What are the odds he starts 4 for 4? I think we're okay here. Now, I would be a little bit concerned. The only reason I am kind of concerned is because of Senzatella. Senzatella has never been the best guy for Colorado. Came up in September last year. Got roughed up. But the thing is, he pitched against the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers twice in September last season. So I'm okay with that. The Rays, I don't like the Rays lineup. I just don't. They're a scrappy bunch. I don't think they're not the biggest power team, obviously. And Zach Lytle, you know what? I think he's all right. I think he's all right to get us 3 outs. Again, that's all we asked for in these games. 3 outs from these 2 pitchers, right? Or 6 outs in total. Senzatella going to give us, first up would be Lytle giving us a 1-2-3. The only real threat for us there is Tovar. Yes, Brenton Doyle is a pretty good baseball player, but I think Tovar is my main threat there. And then if we get past Doyle, Tovar, McMahon, I don't trust Chris Bryant to do anything. Michael Toglia, with all due respect, has not, he kind of really hasn't developed in what we thought he was going to be. Obviously, starting first baseman in the MLB, but I thought Toglia was going to be a huge switch hitting power threat. Hey, jury's still on that, but for now, I'm not really too concerned about Toglia. And for the Rays, good all-around team, not a team that's going to score many runs on you, though, so I'm not really concerned in the first inning, and I love the odds we get on this. -115 for NRFI. The only reason this number is where it's at is because of Senzatella, but guys, I will remind you, in the limited sample size that Senzatella pitched last year in September, he pitched against the Dodgers twice and the Diamondbacks. On top of that, he's a pitcher who pitches at Coors Field. They're playing in Tampa Bay or in Florida, wherever the hell they are in Florida. I think we're going to be all right. Ball doesn't really move in that new stadium that they're at. I'm taking NRFI for Rockies, Rays. Let's stay hot on this. Let's stay undefeated. Let's go Senzatella and Lytle to get us 6 outs. Our final best bet of the video, we go to Seattle, Washington, and to T-Mobile Park. The Sacramento Athletics versus the Seattle Mariners. Give me the A's on the road. Yes, I'm taking the A's. Straight up. Well, I mean, we're not going to take a run line here. +140 for the Athletics. Guys, the A's are going to finish with a better regular season record than the Mariners will. I feel pretty confident in saying that. Guys, the Mariners still have not figured out their problem of hitting a baseball. Okay? 0 runs yesterday against Sacramento. Jeffrey Springs in his first A's start goes 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs, 9 strikeouts. They bring in Sterner, he shuts him down. TJ McFarland comes in for 3 pitches, gets an out, and then Mitch Spence at the end picks up 6 outs in 2 innings to close the game. The A's scored 7 runs against Seattle, and this is a group that if they get going, they are very effective. I'm talking about Lawrence Butler, Brent Rooker, JJ Bleday, Shea Langeliers, all of these guys, Tyler Soderstrom, who's staying hot. He started the year batting with 2 home runs in their first game. He's batting in 500 already. Those 5 guys, 1 through 5 in their lineup, all had hits yesterday for the A's. This team, I'm telling you, will stay hot. They are a good team. They really are. And I still think Texas is the best team in the division. There is a chance the A's can sneak into the playoffs this year and win the division, obviously. I don't think the winner of the AL West is going to be winning the most games, I don't think. We'll see. I think they're better than the Mariners. Guys, it's undeniable the Mariners pitching, right? Now, Luis Castillo, only gave up 2 runs to the A's, but that's the thing, right? Castillo's great. We know how great these pitchers are for the Mariners, how great their starting pitchers are. I'm talking about Castillo. George Kirby's still hurt, but even Kirby, Castillo, Kirby, Gilbert, Miller, Brian Wu. Those 5 guys are going to be elite. They're going to be in the top 15, top 20 race for the Cy Young this season, right? I believe Emerson Hancock's up right now as their 5th starter. He's still very good as well. He's young, obviously, but Hancock is solid. If I'm not mistaken, I was at Emerson Hancock's MLB debut in Seattle. They've had a bunch of pitchers coming up the org. I'm pretty sure it was Hancock. I was at the debut of 2 summers ago. Regardless, the A's are going to be able to tee off this bullpen, though. That's the thing. Yeah, we know Andres Munoz is great. Yeah, Matt Brash is great, who's their setup, but he's injured right now. I don't trust Colin Snyder, Gregory Santos, Taylor Saucedo, and Trent Thornton to shut down the A's. And as we saw in their last game, only 2 runs that the A's got off Castillo. That's fine, but at the same time, the Mariners weren't able to get anything off of Jeffrey Springs. Tonight, we get Osvaldo Bido for the Sacramento Athletics, and I think Bido shuts this team down. The Mariners still have not figured out their problem of hitting a baseball. Guys, they had 5 hits all game. Robles went 0 for 4. Julio went 1 for 4. Cal Raleigh went 0 for 3. Guys, Raleigh and Robles still yet to get a hit this season. Julio in 2 games batting 143. Arozarena batting 167. You know, it's a problem when Mitch Garver's a guy getting a hit, and he couldn't hit for crap last season. Guys, JP Crawford in the 9th spot went 0 for 3. This team cannot figure it out hitting-wise. It's going to be the bane of their existence this season, and that's going to be the reason they're not a serious contender or legitimately a serious threat to win the division again this year. Their bats still suck. Victor Robles gave him a spark last season. I still think Robles is solid. I'm still a Victor Robles truther as a former Nats guy, obviously Robles being. The A's are just better. Butler, Rooker, Blade, Soderstrom, Langoliers, they're just the better team. I'm taking Sacramento here. Give me the A's to win the game outright. We're not going to bet a run line. This game will probably be 0-0 going into the 5th, 0-0 going into the 6th. The A's have the better bullpen. We haven't even gotten to see Mason Miller this season, right? The A's have the better pen, and the Mariners don't hit well. So they had a big spark, obviously, yesterday with the Arozarena home run, or 2 days ago with the Arozarena home run. It's going to be few and far in between this season. Big moments, at least, that's what I mean. Not Arozarena specifically, but big moments for Seattle. They're just not going to happen. Give me the A's here. We're going to go Sacramento plus 140. They'll win the game outright tonight in Seattle at T-Mobile Park. So, folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for March 29th. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure you like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.